This is supposed to be justice for the victim, not for the criminal. So you mean to tell me a life of a young American man is only worth 35 years?
Mm.
And what makes it even harder is that his twin was there by his side as the blood pumped out of his chest. The last thing he saw was his twin. If that doesn't tug at your heartstrings, Austin Metcalf's life was worth more than 35 years. The
Oh,
sentence has been announced.
okay.
7:30 p.m. Carmelo Anthony sentenced to 35 years. The jury sentenced Anthony to 35 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole after half of the time is served. He faced anywhere from 5 to 99 years in prison.
All right. Your reaction, Shelley.
I think I posted, I don't know, in our chat, I think I said at least 25, I think I said.
Mhm.
So not surprised at all. I think they sort of split the middle between the 5 and 99.
All right.
I think that's kind of low. I think at least from my estimation, 50 years plus would have been better, because Austin hadn't even got to the beginning part of his life yet. He was still in the foundational part of building up his life. He'll never be married. He'll never have children. He'll never have the love of his life. And, all of those things. He'll never see his twin have those things. It's so 35 years seems like a cop out. I don't know if it was because of the sudden passion instruction that they were given, and using that sudden passion instruction, if it mitigated that. But my goodness, I was hoping for more time for the life of Austin Metcalf. 35 years does not seem like enough.
Yeah. How old will he be when he gets out? If 17, he's
Well,
what,
He's 19 now.
He's 19 now. So this thing, I think he'll be turning 20 soon. So 20 plus what? 35? There you go.
Well, he'll, depending
if he does all 35, he'll be about
55
years old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He'll do more than half, because he'll be eligible at half. He's going to do more than half. He's going to do at the least 20 of those 35.
I hope he does every day of it. I do. And if I were his twin, there would not be one parole hearing that I would miss. I would stand there and tell the parole board, there should be 2 of me. You should be asking me which one is which. But my twin was taken from me. So yeah, every parole hearing, I'd be there. Hell or high water. Every single parole hearing. 35 years is way too low for what it cost this family.
Wow.
No, he'll be in his mid-50s. Okay. He'll be in his mid-50s.
Right.
On parole eligibility. So, I mean, it does. I think it sends a clear message that bringing a knife to a school event and meeting a shove with deadly force, yes, it has real consequences.
Let's see. We also have Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Carolyn became a YouTube member. She's one of our jurors now. Thank you, Carolyn, for your support. Thank you, everyone out there tonight, for joining us, not only for this special broadcast, but also just joining our channel at The Right Verdict. Don't forget, we are here normally on Thursdays. That's our goal. But also, you can find out more about our other channels, Just the Guys, Pop and Politics, and Christian Conservative. Go to www.metroconservativemedia.com, and you can find out all the information there, as well as purchasing your merchandise. And in the future, you got to keep coming back. We will be having merch for this site as well.
Absolutely. Very cool merch. We've got a tremendous logo. So we're very proud of all the things that we're doing here on the new channel. And this, again, is labor of love, because we love true crime. If we weren't doing this, we'd be watching somebody else do this, right? So why not throw our hat in the ring and do something that we love and make sure that we get the information out?
Right. Yeah.
Wow, the chat's going crazy. My goodness.
Yeah. Folks, what do you guys think about this sentence? So, breaking news, Karmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years in prison. Let us know what you think. I mean, it is sort of a middle ground. He will be out so help me understand, ladies, if he gets parole, he comes out before 35 years. Is that right?
Right.
He's eligible after, what was it, 15 years?
17 and a half.
17 and a half years. He's eligible. So that'll just, the eligibility clock will just start after, let's just round it off to 18 years. Okay. Then they have to decide when he goes to parole, whatever that case may be, he still will be serving time while that's going on. If someone applies for parole, he may be denied parole. He may do the whole 35, but certainly after 35 years, he will be released. And at that time, he'll be about 50, 54, 55.
Okay, but if he doesn't, he's eligible for parole, and if he does get out, he'll be in his 30s or 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, most likely 40s. Yes.
I mean, it is. I mean, I guess you could see on another side, say, that it is sort of soft as when you look at it as a deterrent. Mm-hmm. So, and as you mentioned, Nicole, when you look at the permanency of the loss of life of Austin Metcalf, does this deter people? When you think about it. So I don't know. It's just
I think I understand what Nicole's saying. I do, because Austin is in his grave. I do think. Go back to this again. These Dominique whatever his name is. Go back to these types in that framework.
I speak on behalf of myself, Minister Dominique Alexander.
I
speak on behalf of myself as president of the Next Generation Action Network. The Next Generation Action Network wanted to respect this process, to be able to make sure that nobody said that the Next Generation Action Network obstructed this process, interfered in this process. But what this process did is shown that Black lives do not matter in Collin County. It showed us that time and time in American history, it has shown us to remove emotions from yet the law. This trial showed that it put emotions over the law. After Trayvon Martin and so many countless names, it has shown us that Black life is not safe in Collin County. It showed us that they did not listen to.
I just gotta say this. I mean, this is the total opposite. A white boy got murdered here.
Exactly. He acted like Karmelo was dead. Let me tell you something. This man is looking for another check. Absolutely. He's talking about he's not going to be a part of the process, obstruct the process. You have nothing to do with this. Not anything. The family parted ways with the New Negro Network. They walked away from your foolishness. They're going to run out of money eventually. And when they run out of money, the grifters are going to go away and they're going to be left with the son locked up in prison. This is unconscionable behavior. Absolutely disgusting behavior on his part.
The law, it showed clearly that a judge interfered in this process. It showed very clearly that a Black boy was allowed, not one Black soul on a jury. An all white jury convicted him in 2 to 3 hours. We know that they did not prove their case. They are currently sentencing Karmelo Anthony, but we know that the Next Generation Action Network put the first $10,000 towards an appellate attorney. And we will fight Collin County like hell. I respected this process.
No, you didn't.
I allowed and called for peace in this process.
He allowed.
But Black America should be very upset about what went on today.
So, Shelley, should Black America be upset about what happened today?
No, in general, no, they should not. Number one, they should be upset with the likes of Dominique Alexander. Okay. That's what they should be upset about. He is the wrong person. He's giving the wrong message. And obviously the Next Action, whatever network, they use or misuse the funds for the wrong defense. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that Karmelo Anthony, when I say the wrong defense, I'm talking about legally. They did not put up a good defense. And they used the likes of Dominique to spread their message, to coordinate everything. Wrong. Okay. That's number one. And as far as this racial politics, did it play a court inside or outside? I don't think it played one bit inside the courtroom. Now,
Mm-hmm.
he mentioned the jury. We talked about that last week. You can go and watch our show last week to see what we said about that. Now, but I do want to say this. Part of the message that Black people should be giving their children, talking about the talk, right? One big part of that is that this is what I'm thinking. It is no other person's or group's responsibility or fault that Black children, by and large, Black people, are largely viewed as or depicted as violent, unrestrained, and godless. That's on us. Okay. And if by your twisted logic, you, Dominique Alexander types, if you believe and you want to continue perpetuating the idea that all white people are the devil or they're anti-Black, then let me give you a piece of advice. If you actually believe that, then you tell your children to don't mess up their country. I mean, if you believe that, tell them to stop doing these things in their country, because according to your logic, you're not going to be treated fairly. You're not going to get a fair trial. Well, then tell them to stop. Change their behavior at the earliest possibility and start teaching and reteaching and instilling in them a whole different value system according to the white people that you say are anti-Black, white supremacists, and racist. That's what you do to preserve in your mind Black people, Black boys, so they can continue living in the white man's land. That's what you do.
Well, I want to ask, because someone in the chat said they believe they went easy on them so that Black mobs don't pillage and riot. You think that?
I don't know if the state of Texas is really concerned about Black people pillaging and rioting.
Okay.
You know, they've got tremendous policing. It's not like living in a blue state where they're going to stand around and watch them pillage and riot. They don't do it that way in the Deep South. They never have, and they're not about to start. I get what everybody's saying about him being rehabilitated and, using it as a deterrent. But, one of the things that I think we often lose sight of is that this is supposed to be justice for the victim, not for the criminal. So you mean to tell me a life of a young American man is only worth 35 years? At 17, he had not yet got to any of the good parts of life. None of it. None of it. And what makes it even harder is that his twin was there by his side as the blood pumped out of his chest. The last thing he saw was his twin. If that doesn't tug at your heartstrings, sudden passion be damned. Austin Metcalf's life was worth more than 35 years, worth well more than 35 years. And if this were a young Black man killed by a white boy, let me tell you something. The streets would run with blood tonight. People would be on fire. We have to stop looking at things that way. This young man's life had value, and it was much more than 35 years. Much, much more.
All right. Yeah. When you say it like that, I gotta agree. I gotta agree with you, Nicole.